If you're a man over 60 and you've noticed your body slowing down, your energy fading, and your manhood not responding like it used to, I need you to stop scrolling and listen closely, because what I'm about to share will sound unbelievable. Yet, it's the truth. The reason your erections have weakened may have nothing to do with testosterone, aging, or even diet. It could be something as simple as the way you drink water. Yes, water. The very thing you've been told is basic could be the missing link to bringing your strength, confidence, and vitality back, faster than you imagine. My name is Dr. Mohit Kara. I'm a board-certified urologist with over 30 years of experience helping men restore their sexual health naturally. I've treated thousands of men who thought they needed pills or hormone shots, when all they really needed was to understand how their body's circulation truly works. Here's the part that surprises most men. It's not what you drink, but how you drink it that determines how blood moves through your body, especially to the area that defines your masculinity. Because when you hydrate the right way, your blood vessels open, oxygen flows freely, and your body comes alive again, often in ways you thought were long gone. Just one small change in your morning routine can reignite your energy, sharpen your mind, and yes, make you hard again, naturally. Stay with me, because in a moment, I'll reveal the exact way to drink water that reactivates your circulation and restores your performance. No pills, no tricks, just pure science and consistency. Before we begin, if you haven't subscribed yet, take a second to hit that button and turn on the bell icon so you never miss another simple, science-based tip to keep your body strong and your confidence alive. And if this message already makes sense to you, type 1 in the comments. If you're still unsure, type 0. I read every comment and use your feedback to make these videos even more helpful for you. All right, gentlemen. Now that you're here, let's get straight into the truth. The very first thing you need to understand is this. Most men don't lose their power because of hormones or age, but because their bodies are silently dehydrated, and that single issue changes everything inside you. Section 1. The hidden reason older men lose their power. When I first began treating men in their 60s, I used to think their biggest enemy was testosterone decline. It made sense. Lower hormones, weaker energy, weaker performance. But over the years, I discovered something far more surprising. Many of these men didn't actually have low testosterone at all. Their blood tests looked fine, their hearts were strong, their diets were balanced. Yet they came to me with the same complaints. Doctor, I feel weak. I can't perform like I used to. I don't understand what's wrong. One day, I decided to look deeper, not into their hormones, but into their hydration. What I found changed the way I've practiced medicine ever since. Almost every single man who sat in front of me was dehydrated, and most had no idea. You see, after 60, your body's natural thirst mechanism dulls. You can be severely dehydrated and still not feel thirsty. And when that happens, everything in your body begins to slow down. Think of your blood like a river. When that river runs full and clear, it carries oxygen and nutrients to every part of your body. To your heart, your brain, your muscles, and yes, your penis. But when the water level drops, that same river turns thick, sluggish, and heavy. The current weakens, and the farthest corners of your body, the very places that need good circulation, start to suffer. That's exactly what happens inside you when you don't drink enough water. Your blood thickens, your heart pumps harder, and the smallest vessels, the ones in your sexual organs, struggle to deliver life where it matters most. You might feel this as constant fatigue, poor focus, or that quiet loss of confidence in the bedroom. Some men blame stress, some blame age, others think it's just part of getting old. But the truth is far simpler. Your body is thirsty. Every heartbeat is fighting to push blood through a system that's running dry. And when that happens day after day, year after year, it's no wonder you start to feel old before your time. I remember a patient named Harold, 68 years old, still working part-time and proud of it. He told me, "Doc, I don't get it. I take my vitamins, I walk every morning, but I feel drained." When I asked how much water he drank, he laughed. Water? I mostly drink coffee. Within 2 weeks of hydrating properly, just water, no pills, no gimmicks, his energy returned. His skin brightened, and when I saw him next, he grinned and said, "My wife's happy again, Doc." That's when I knew. The secret to restoring male vitality isn't always hidden in a lab or a prescription pad. Sometimes it's sitting right there in your kitchen, waiting to be poured into a glass. So now that you know dehydration is the silent thief of your strength, let's uncover how a simple morning ritual with water can actually wake your body up and reignite your circulation from the inside out. Section 2. Why water is the fuel for male vitality. When I talk to my older patients about water, most of them smile politely, as if I've just said something too simple to matter. But over the decades, I've learned that simplicity often hides the most powerful truths. Water isn't just a drink. It's the foundation of every pulse, every breath, and every moment of strength inside your body. Without it, your cells begin to fade, your energy drops, and the most vital part of your manhood, the blood flow that defines your confidence, starts to weaken quietly. I often tell my patients to imagine the body as an engine. Blood is the fuel, and water is the oil that keeps that engine running smoothly. Without enough oil, the machine grinds. Friction builds up, parts overheat. That's what dehydration does to a man's body. The blood thickens, the arteries tighten, and the oxygen meant to feed your muscles and your most intimate organs moves slower and slower until one day you realize things just don't ignite the way they used to. When your body has enough water, your blood flows easily, the vessels open, your heart doesn't have to struggle, and oxygen rushes to every cell. You feel lighter, your skin glows, your joints loosen, and your mind clears. But most importantly, the circulation to your lower body, the area that controls your erections, comes back to life. Erections aren't a mystery. They're a simple reaction to healthy blood flow, and that flow depends on hydration. I remember one man named Dennis, 70 years old, who came to see me after trying nearly every supplement on the market. He'd spent hundreds of dollars chasing the feeling he'd lost. His tests were fine, his testosterone was normal, yet he still felt empty. As he described it, when I asked him about his daily routine, he admitted he rarely drank water, relying mostly on soda and coffee. I asked him to try something simple, replace every sugary drink with plain water for just 2 weeks. The transformation was remarkable. His energy improved, his sleep deepened, and his confidence returned in ways he hadn't felt in years. He told me, "Doc, I didn't think water could change my life, but it did." That's because water is life. It keeps your heart young, your mind sharp, and your performance steady. It gives your body permission to function as it was designed, to heal, to restore, and to thrive. The more I see it, the more I believe that real male strength isn't built in the gym or found in a bottle. It's built from within, with something as basic and essential as pure hydration. And now that you understand how powerful water truly is, let me show you the exact morning ritual that turns this simple drink into your body's natural switch for energy, confidence, and stronger erections, starting the moment you wake up. Section 3. The morning water ritual that changes everything. Over the years, I've seen men walk into my clinic feeling defeated, tired eyes, low energy, and a quiet look of frustration that words can't describe. Most of them had given up on the idea of ever feeling young again. But what if I told you that the secret to feeling alive again begins not with a pill or a supplement, but with what you do in the first 10 minutes after you wake up? That's right, just one simple ritual, one glass of water, can change the entire rhythm of your body. Here's what I've learned from decades of studying male vitality. When you wake up in the morning, your body is dehydrated. You've spent the last 7 or 8 hours losing fluid through breathing and sweating, yet you haven't replenished a drop. Your heart has been beating non-stop through the night, and your blood has become thicker, slower, and heavier. Then what's the first thing most men do? They go straight for a cup of coffee. The caffeine gives a quick jolt of energy, but also pushes even more water out of the body. Within an hour, you're more dehydrated than you were before, and you wonder why your energy feels uneven, your focus dull, and your manhood unresponsive. That's why I always tell my patients, before anything else touches your lips in the morning, drink 1 full glass of warm water. Not ice cold, not boiling hot, just comfortably warm. Warm water gently opens your blood vessels, wakes up your digestive system, and signals your body that a new day has begun. It's like turning the key in your car's ignition. The engine hums to life smoothly and efficiently. I've watched men follow this routine for just 2 weeks and come back with remarkable results: steady energy, clearer thinking, and a return of that morning confidence they thought was gone forever. I'll never forget one man, Roger, 65 years old, who told me, "Doc, I haven't felt morning energy in years. My wife used to tease me about it. I told him to start each day with a single glass of warm water and to avoid coffee for at least 15 minutes afterward." When he returned to my office 2 weeks later, he walked in with a grin and said, "You were right." I feel like someone flipped a switch inside me. That's how powerful this ritual can be. It's a small act of self-respect, giving your body what it truly needs before demanding more from it. It sets the tone for everything that follows in your day: better blood flow, smoother digestion, and renewed vitality. And if one simple glass of water in the morning can spark that much change, wait until you discover how timing your hydration throughout the day can keep that power alive, hour after hour. Section 4. How to drink throughout the day. One of the biggest mistakes I see older men make is thinking hydration is something you do once in a while, like checking a box and moving on. But your body doesn't work that way. You can't flood it with water once in the morning and expect the effects to last all day. Your cells, your muscles, your heart, and your brain need a steady, consistent supply. That's how real vitality is maintained, not in bursts, but in rhythm. I remember a patient named George, 71 years old, who came to see me complaining of fatigue and poor concentration. He drank almost nothing all day. Then in the evening, he'd gulp down several glasses before bed because he remembered to hydrate. What happened next was predictable. He spent half the night running to the bathroom, and by morning he was more exhausted than before. When I explained that his body needed hydration throughout the day, not all at once, his expression shifted from confusion to realization. Within 10 days of spreading his water intake evenly, his energy changed completely. He looked younger, moved faster, and told me, "Doc, I didn't realize how much timing matters." Your body absorbs water best in small, frequent doses. Imagine watering a plant. You don't dump a bucket of water once a week and hope it survives. You give it small, steady sips to keep the soil moist and alive. The human body is the same. A glass of water every couple of hours keeps your blood flowing easily, your heart relaxed, and your circulation strong, especially to the lower part of your body. It prevents the fatigue, brain fog, and blood pressure spikes that so many men blame on age. So here's what I recommend. Start your morning with 1 warm glass. Have another before each meal, 1 afterward, and 1 in the evening before bed. That adds up to 6 or 7 glasses spread evenly through the day. You don't need fancy formulas or gallon jugs, just consistency. That rhythm allows your body to maintain the perfect balance between hydration and circulation. Men who follow this habit often tell me they feel more alert during the day and sleep better at night. Their digestion improves, their mood stabilizes, and yes, their erections return naturally. That's because blood flow doesn't vanish with age. It simply slows when you stop nourishing it. If drinking water throughout the day can transform your energy and performance this much, just wait until you see what happens when we look at the hidden dangers of the drinks most men choose instead: coffee, tea, and sugary beverages that silently steal the very strength you're trying to regain. Section 5. The hidden dangers of coffee, tea, and sugary drinks. When I bring up the topic of coffee or sweet drinks in my clinic, most men smile and wave their hand as if to say, "Oh, come on, doc, it's just coffee." I understand that reaction. For many of us, coffee isn't just a drink. It's a morning ritual, a comfort, even a friend that's seen us through long days and sleepless nights. But here's the truth most men never hear. The same cup that wakes you up in the morning could be quietly draining the very energy and circulation that keep you feeling alive as a man. I'll never forget a patient named Walter, 66 years old, who came to me after years of feeling sluggish. He was convinced something was wrong with his hormones, but when we talked about his daily habits, he admitted drinking 5 or 6 cups of coffee a day and maybe a sip or two of water. His hands were dry, his skin dull, and his blood pressure was creeping upward. I explained to him that caffeine is a diuretic. It makes the body lose water faster. Every cup of coffee forces your kidneys to release fluids your body desperately needs to keep your blood thin and your circulation smooth. In other words, the more coffee you drink without water, the more you dehydrate your system, tightening your arteries and reducing blood flow to the places you need it most. The same goes for strong tea and sugary drinks. Sweetened beverages flood your bloodstream with glucose, which damages the delicate lining of your blood vessels. That damage makes it harder for your arteries to expand and deliver blood effectively, especially to the smaller capillaries in the pelvic region. Over time, this leads to the same frustration so many men face: tiredness, poor energy, and weaker erections. You might not notice it right away, but it builds slowly, year after year, until one day you realize the spark you once had has dimmed. Now, I'm not saying you must give up coffee entirely. I still enjoy 1 cup every morning. But I always tell my patients, for every cup of coffee, drink 1 glass of water. It's a simple rule that restores balance. You can enjoy your favorite drink while protecting your circulation and hydration. The goal isn't to give up what you love, it's to drink wisely, to respect your body's limits, and to replace every loss with something healing. Because what you choose to drink determines how your blood flows, how your heart beats, and how your manhood responds. Every sip is either fueling your vitality or draining it away. And if the wrong drinks can quietly steal your strength, imagine what happens when you discover how a few natural ingredients, things already sitting in your kitchen, can turn ordinary water into a powerful tonic for energy, circulation, and confidence. Section 6. Turn plain water into a natural tonic for male vitality. One of the simplest but most overlooked truths I've learned after decades of helping older men is this: water itself is powerful, but when combined with the right natural ingredients, it becomes medicine. I've seen men who once depended on pills regain their spark and stamina by making small, consistent changes to what they drink. It's not magic, it's biology working in your favor. Let me tell you about a patient of mine, Harold, 68 years old. He came into my office feeling worn out. "Doc," he said, "I drink plenty of water, but it doesn't seem to help. I still feel tired, and my energy down there just isn't the same." I asked him what kind of water he drank, and he replied, "Just tap water, straight from the fridge." So I gave him a simple challenge. For 2 weeks, replace cold water with warm water infused with natural ingredients: ginger, lemon, or lemongrass. These are not exotic supplements or costly tonics. They're nature's quiet healers, and when used correctly, they awaken the body in ways most men have never experienced. Lemon water, for example, is rich in vitamin C and helps clear toxins from the bloodstream while improving blood vessel flexibility. Ginger warms the body, supports circulation, and helps open arteries that have stiffened over time. Lemongrass soothes inflammation and supports the liver, one of the body's main engines for hormonal balance. When Harold followed this routine, 1 warm glass with ginger in the morning and another with lemon before bed, he came back 2 weeks later almost beaming. "I can't believe this, Pitki," he told me. "My body feels alive again, my energy is back, and my wife noticed too." These natural ingredients don't just hydrate you, they enhance how your body uses water. They help every cell hold on to moisture longer, keeping your blood fluid and your energy steady. They work gently but deeply, supporting your heart, your brain, and your sexual health without any side effects. You don't need to drink them every day. Even 2 or 3 times a week can make a remarkable difference. I always remind my patients that your kitchen can be your pharmacy if you know how to use it wisely. You don't need expensive supplements or miracle pills when you understand how to work with your own body instead of against it. And if a few slices of lemon or a bit of ginger can make this much difference, just wait until you discover how one final change, something most men do wrong every single day, can either weaken your circulation or supercharge your vitality almost overnight. Section 7. The wrong way. Most men drink water after meals. There's one habit I see so many men over 60 still doing without realizing how much harm it causes. It's something so ordinary, so automatic, that no one ever questions it: drinking ice-cold water right after a meal. I know, it feels refreshing, especially on a hot day or after eating something heavy. But what most men don't know is that this single habit can silently weaken digestion, slow down blood flow, and gradually reduce your body's natural energy and vitality. I remember one patient, Mr. Douglas, a 70-year-old retired teacher. He came to me complaining that he often felt bloated after eating, his stomach felt tight, and he lacked energy throughout the day. "Doc, I eat well and walk every morning, but I just feel off," he told me. After asking about his daily habits, it became clear. After every meal, he drank a tall glass of ice water. I explained to him that when you eat, your digestive system needs warmth and steady circulation to break down food efficiently. Drinking ice-cold water immediately after a meal shocks your stomach and tightens your blood vessels. It's like pouring cold water on a hot engine. It stalls the process. This sudden constriction slows digestion, interferes with nutrient absorption, and forces your heart to work harder to maintain circulation. When blood flow slows to the digestive organs, it also slows to other parts of your body, including the most sensitive areas that depend on smooth circulation for sexual health. That's why many men notice fatigue, poor digestion, and weaker performance, yet never connect it to something as simple as cold water after meals. I suggested Mr. Douglas replace his ice water with room temperature or warm water, especially after lunch and dinner. Within just 2 weeks, he called me saying, "Doc, I don't know how to explain it, but my body feels lighter, my sleep is better, and my confidence, well, let's just say my wife is happier too." It's incredible how such a small shift can reignite balance in the body. When you treat your system gently, your body rewards you with energy, clarity, and strength. Every time you choose warm water over cold, you help your blood flow freely, support your heart, and allow your body to deliver oxygen where it's needed most. And now that you understand the hidden power of proper hydration, let's tie it all together. Because the secret to lasting male vitality isn't about what you add, but what you've been overlooking all along. It's time to discover how one small, consistent habit can make you feel decades younger, without a single pill or supplement. Section 8. One simple habit that brings it all back. After decades of treating men over 60, I've learned that strength, confidence, and vitality rarely disappear all at once. They fade slowly, one small, neglected habit at a time. Most men think it's because of age, hormones, or bad luck. But more often than not, it's because the body's most basic needs, hydration, circulation, and consistency, are quietly ignored. And the most powerful way to bring them back isn't with a new pill, a supplement, or a complicated routine. It begins with one small, consistent act that tells your body, "I'm taking care of you again." Let me share a story that's close to my heart. A man named Frank, 72, came to me a few months ago. He looked tired, not sick, just worn down by time. He told me, "Doc, I used to feel strong, alive. But now, I just exist." I could feel the frustration in his voice. He wasn't looking for another prescription, he wanted hope. So, I didn't hand him a bottle of pills. Instead, I gave him a glass of warm water and said, "Drink this every morning, slowly, consistently, don't miss a day." He looked confused, but agreed. 2 weeks later, Frank walked into my office with a spring in his step. His eyes were brighter, his posture straighter. "It's unbelievable," he said. "I feel light again, I sleep deeper, and my confidence is coming back." That's the power of small, intentional change. A simple act like drinking water the right way, every day, sends a signal through your entire system. It reawakens circulation, clears out toxins, and balances your blood pressure naturally. It doesn't just improve how you feel, it restores how you live. The difference between a weak, tired body and one that's full of energy often comes down to whether or not you've given your body the hydration it needs to thrive. When I look back at the hundreds of men I've treated, the ones who transformed the most weren't the ones who spent money on fancy supplements or treatments. They were the ones who committed to the basics: hydration, movement, and rest. They built momentum from one small promise to themselves and watched their strength return piece by piece. So here's what I want you to remember. Greatness in health doesn't come from grand gestures. It comes from small acts of care, done every day with consistency and intention. The power to feel young again isn't lost. It's waiting inside you, ready to rise the moment you start nourishing your body the way it deserves. And as you'll see in the final message I have for you, this journey doesn't end with water. It begins there. Because when you learn to master your body's most basic rhythm, everything else, your energy, your confidence, your manhood, starts to follow naturally. Section 9. Your body remembers every drop. After years of working with men in their 60s, 70s, and even 80s, I've realized something profoundly moving. The body never truly forgets how to be strong. It simply needs to be reminded. Each time you choose to hydrate properly, each glass of warm water you drink in the morning, each mindful sip throughout the day, it's like whispering to your body, "Wake up, it's time to live again." I've watched men who thought their best days were long gone rediscover a sense of vitality they hadn't felt in decades, and it all began with something as humble as water. I think often about a man named Leonard, 69 years old, who came to me feeling defeated. "Doc," he said, "I've tried everything, vitamins, tonics, even prescription pills. Nothing works anymore." He was tired, not just in his body, but in his spirit. I looked at him and said gently, "Leonard, maybe it's not that your body's broken. Maybe it's just thirsty." He laughed at first, but he listened. I asked him to start small. 1 glass of warm water each morning, 1 before every meal, and another before bed. 2 weeks later, his face told the story before his words did. He looked alive again. "It's strange," I said. "I didn't realize how dry I was, inside and out. My mind feels clearer, my heart steadier, and my confidence, well, it's back." Moments like that remind me why I do what I do, because it's not just about erections or energy, it's about restoring the rhythm of life itself. Your blood flows more freely, your heart pumps more easily, and your mind sharpens. You start to move differently, stand taller, and feel younger not because of some miracle cure, but because your body finally has what it's been craving all along. The truth is, the solution to most men's problems after 60 isn't hidden in expensive medications or extreme diets. It lies in understanding how your body was designed to thrive with balance, hydration, and care. Your circulation, hormones, and energy all depend on one simple foundation: how well you keep your body nourished with the most basic element of life, water. So, the next time you wake up in the morning, don't reach for your coffee first. Reach for your strength. Reach for that glass of warm water and drink it with intention, knowing that with every sip, you're fueling the man you used to be and the man you still are. Because as you'll soon see in the final message I have for you, this journey isn't just about water or health. It's about reclaiming your confidence, your purpose, and your power as a man, one drop at a time. Conclusion: the secret was never complicated. After all my years as a doctor, after meeting thousands of men who've struggled with fatigue, frustration, and fading confidence, I've learned something simple but profound. The secret to male vitality was never hidden in a pill bottle. It has always been in the small, quiet choices we make every day. Water, the most ordinary element on Earth, turns out to be the foundation of extraordinary strength. And yet, it's the one thing most men ignore until their body begins to cry out for help. I've seen it time and time again. Men who walked into my office feeling half alive, believing that their age had stolen their energy, their focus, and their ability to perform. But within weeks of restoring something as basic as proper hydration, their faces would brighten, their posture would lift, and their voices would carry a different tone, one of pride. That's when I realized, it's not that the body forgets how to be young, it's that we stop giving it what it needs to remember. When you drink water the right way, warm in the morning to awaken your circulation, steady sips through the day to keep your blood flowing, and clean hydration instead of sugary or caffeinated drinks, you're not just drinking for thirst, you're drinking for strength, clarity, and vitality. You're giving your heart relief, your blood vessels freedom, and your confidence a second chance. It's a silent act of healing that begins from within and touches every part of your being. And what makes it so powerful is that it asks for nothing complicated. No expensive supplements, no painful routines, just consistency. One glass at a time, every single day. Because true transformation doesn't happen overnight. It happens quietly, in the background, as your body rebuilds trust with you again. I often tell my patients, your body is not broken, it's waiting. Waiting for your attention, your patience, a year, and when you start giving it those things, it rewards you in ways you never thought possible. You start sleeping better, thinking clearer, moving easier, and yes, feeling that spark of confidence return when you least expect it. So if there's one message I hope you take away from everything we've talked about, it's this. Greatness in health begins with simplicity. You don't need to chase youth, you need to nourish it. Every sip of water, every mindful choice, every quiet moment of self-care is a promise you make to your future self. And as you stand tomorrow morning with a glass of warm water in your hand, remember, this isn't just about hydration. It's about reclaiming your vitality, your power, and your pride as a man. Because the secret was never complicated. It was always right there, flowing from your faucet, waiting for you to begin. Before you go, I want to ask for just one small favor. If this message spoke to you, if it reminded you that strength, energy, and confidence are still within your reach, then please take a moment to show your support. Click the like button so more men your age can discover this simple truth. Share this video with a friend, a brother, or someone who might need to hear that it's never too late to rebuild their vitality. And I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Tell me how you plan to start your morning water ritual or what part of this video inspired you the most. Your stories help others find hope. And if you'd like to support this channel so I can keep making videos that empower men over 60 to live stronger, longer, and healthier lives, consider donating through the link below. Every contribution helps keep this message alive because your health journey deserves a voice that keeps fighting for you.